Okay, that might be better. Should be. So I just tried to take a punch flake here and it failed. It crunched. I'll try to do exactly what I was doing before. Oh, crunch. This punch is starting to get a little bit more unpredictable, and also this platform's kind of, I would like for it to be a little bit more steep. Oof. I'm finding that, at least with this type of material, the stone punch is not as predictable as a antler punch is, or reliable, or consistent. But that could also just be that I nap with antler vertical punches much more often than I've done this, because this is the first time I'm using a stone punch. It could be that. Oh man. That's not what we wanted. Oh man, the same flake scar. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. I'm also using a new side, so it could be that it's not grabbing as much as this other side was. I forgot I have to hit slower. Maybe we'll try one of the other punches. These seem to work well when they're new, because it's like easier. I don't know how this one's gonna work, just because it's rounded and it's not really gonna grab as much. Well, it worked. This one might hinge because it's in a pinched spot, so I'll just give it a little whack. Ooh, it's cold. Ooh. So this is going to be the tip up here. So that flake over here doesn't matter too much, but we're going to have to try and change the angle and thin it out a little more. So it'll be interesting to see how well the Haskett holds up to like changing the angles a little bit and trying to get thinner flakes. How this punch holds up to getting thinner flakes. I'm trying to change that angle. I know that this probably requires more abrasion because I'm using just a punch. Yeah, and this sandstone is kind of Nice. Those flakes are getting a little longer, a little steeper. Oh, it seems like the material on this one is actually a little better. It's still sandstone, but it feels a little better. It's not as soft, so maybe something that's a little harder might work. I'm still making sure that the striking speed is good. I'm trying to get a flake across this ridge here. I can usually feel when it feels good. I would like to get rid of this ugly scar up here. This is a soft hammerstone too, so I'm gonna grind it a little harder. Let's start up here. Oh geez, I hit it too hard. Got one of those same flake scars. Make that tip thin. A lot of Haskets have that vertical or oblique thinning at the tip to get it nice and thin. Cool if I could run a little series. I don't know if I should try to grab this little guy right here. I'll try. crushed. See if I can get underneath this hinge on the edge here. I don't think it's going to go underneath that. Unless I get it from over here, maybe. It's just not close enough. Probably just going to contribute to it. Oh, wow. I stand corrected. Down underneath it. Let's try and use a different punch. Oh. Let's try and use this one. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. This one has some quartz on the tip, so I wonder how that'll affect it. Oh man. really not coming off. There's one. So let's bring the base in. It is Cesar Chavez weekend in Chico, California, and every time there is partying, every year people go out and party, and it's like an all-weekend thing. So you're hearing all these cars, and all the college kids are trying to impress the girls with their cars, and people are coming from out of town to hopefully hook up with some chicks or whatever they want to do, or just party. I'm out here playing with rocks. Couldn't have spent it better. I'm really finding that speed's probably the biggest factor, whether or not this is going to crunch it. Whether or not it crunches. found a stone out there that I think could work as a pressure flaker. Let's try it. Start out with this side. Working. I think I'd do more of that pressure flaking up at the tip. It probably needs a steeper platform. It's not really that right. I don't know how possible pressure flaking with another material like basalt would be. Sandstone is a pretty readily available material. But this variety of sandstone is really, really soft. It comes from the Franciscan complex in California, which is just the coastal ranges practically. It's definitely taking flakes. I think I could just trim up, fix up the base and everything. I will say that the edge on this one is more jagged and sharp because those punches didn't really, the last punch that I was using didn't really remove a whole lot of like large flakes like you saw, like on some of my other Haskets that I've made, where like the edge is basically just finished with large percussion. This one made, this last punch that I was using finished it off with a lot of smaller ones. Stone pressure flake. Let's try this edge. You need an abrader, you just turn it sideways. So it looks definitely different than most of the Haskets I've made, but it still has a lot of the Haskett characteristics. Thick body, tapered tip. I would like to taper that tip just a little more. There we go. And the tip's a little curved though. I don't really think that that's something that someone in prehistory would have worried about too much. Okay, so now it's time to fix up the base and grind it and get rid of all these little sharp areas. Square out the base a little bit. Let's try and grind this with a different stone. Let's do it with one of our punches. I should grind this even smoother. I'm going to cut this punch in half. Okay, that's smooth. Okay, there it is. Stone and pressure flaked with stone. Pretty good cross section. Could have spent more time on it, but this is an experiment. Hitting too hard with the punch. Nice tapered tip, sharp. Wouldn't want to get hit by that thing.